Hey there, welcome to my channel. I finally scored a book that I've been wanting for a long time. I got it at the local flea market that I go to every other Sunday, and I thought I'd pop on here because maybe some of you would like to see how I'm going to tear it apart. I don't know, when I first started tearing books apart, I was a little bit, I had to go watch video on it, or actually listen. I read different descriptions of how to do it. So I just thought that we would tear apart this Edith Holden book, and it is as cool as I've seen the pages. I've never seen anybody flip through it, but I have seen pages, many of different pages in people's junk journals on flip throughs on YouTube. So first we're going to save the cover, of course. We might be able to use that for something, especially the front part, because it's pretty. And then in a book like this, we're going to look, oops, too close. We're going to look up here at the top and hope that it's got single signatures in it, and it does. I can see the little separation of them. So what I like to do first is get my finger behind here and move it around a little bit and see how much space I got on both sides, and kind of work it a little bit, get a little area, and then I'm gonna cut it down here. So I'm going to be cutting it away from the book spine, and I like to use a box cutter. Some people use X-Acto knife, but I found that this works better. And you want to cut so you're trying not to cut through this or into one of the pages, and it can be kind of difficult. You have to work it around a little bit, and sometimes you end up cutting things you don't intend to, but okay, there's one side, and then this side will be easier because it's taken away. I have to keep watching my screen here so you guys can see. This is awfully close, I know. What I got my webcam set on is not really high. Alright, so this is going to come away in one piece, and we would actually be able to use that cover. Now, one of my goals is to try to get some pages that aren't separated. So we'll see how well that works. And one of the first things we want to start doing is figuring out where the little separate signatures separate. And this one is bound loosely enough that we can see at the top it goes around in a U shape, and you want to find the center. So there's one more page, and sometimes the last two pages are glued together. There's one signature. I don't know, I think it's going to be two. There's one signature right there. See, I can pull it apart already, kind of. And there's going to be each one little thing is going to be a signature. There'll probably, well, so I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 of them in this book, and those are going to be sewn in. So you just kind of pull a little bit and work it, and then they'll also should be threads in here at different points that signature is sewn in. So you just kind of work it, and then since you don't want to slice the page too much, you know, I think this might be glued and not sewn. So I'm gonna pull on it and see what we get on this first signature here. I think, nope, there's a thread. You can see there's one thread right there. So you start cutting them, and you pull it till you get to the next thread. And make sure you cut those threads, because that'll bring the signature out. I don't know if you can see that thread there. It's right there. So you cut along. Just cut along as you pull it out. Snap those threads. I think we're going to get some pages that are not going to be torn in half. All right. Hey, we got one. There's the first one. And you could start working on pulling some of this off of here. That would help immensely as you're working along. As you can see, this part is glued and then it's also sewed. So, and you could cut that off and be working it so they might come out. The next one's going to come even a little easier. As you can see, it's already kind of, because we pulled on it a bunch, it's going to come a lot easier. So, anyways, I want to look at this one here. So this means we should have them still attached together instead of having a single sheet that we had to tear off. These signatures are still together. Alright, this is probably another reason why everybody loves these Edith Holden books. So that's one page and it's together. So we could make a book page that goes like this and it could be upright. Now we might not, because a lot of the pictures are way over to the side, so that would have to be a really big, huge page. But it's nice to have them that way to begin with, so you can look at each one and decide what you want to do with it. It's nice to have the signatures, and then the front page you just sort of pull that off. Pull that off like that. Anyways, I thought you guys might like to see how you tear apart a book, in case you haven't done one yet. And it's not, takes a little bit of muscle, and some books are easier than others, and you always want to make sure that the easiest ones are the ones that are sewn. If you get ones that are glued all the way, those are really, you're really working hard on those. You might as well just tear out the pages individually on those and not try to worry about it. And you could just tear the pages out too. You don't have to try to work so hard to get the signatures intact. But this one is a pretty easy book, so if you guys find any of these Edith Holden books, I just go ahead and try to do it that way. But there we go. So I hope that helps somebody out there. And I know some people are a little worried about tearing books apart, but I guess I'm merciless because I don't have any trouble doing it. I like to reuse them, and I think it's a good, I like to reuse things, and some of the books are so old that, you know, they're just, we're actually preserving them. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great crafting day, and thank you for stopping by.